In this question, we are given that if all of the 6 faces of a concrete block are rectangular, we have to find the volume of the block. Now, before moving on to the statements, let's understand what this part of the question implies. Since it is given that all of the 6 faces of a concrete block are rectangular, this means that the object is a cuboid. So, we have to find the volume of the block. Now, since there's not much information that is given in the question, we move on to step 2 and analyze the statement 1. Now, according to the statement 1, we are given that each of the lateral faces of the block has an area of 200 square inches. So the lateral area is equal to 200 inches times 4. Now, what do you understand by the term lateral area? Suppose there is a room, then the area of the 4 walls is basically the lateral area. So from the statement 1, we know the area of the 4 walls, but we have no information about the area of the ceiling or the floor. Now, what other inferences can be drawn using the information given in statement 1? Now, the lateral area can be either length times height or the width times height. Now, this is equal to 200. So, this implies that the length is equal to the width. Now, we can find the volume, but we would be required to know the height. Since the height is unknown to us, so we conclude that statement 1 is not sufficient, and out of the given options, we eliminate A and D. We now check the sufficiency of statement 2. From statement 2, we have that the top of the block is square and it has an area of 400 square inches. So, since it is a square, that means that the length times width will be equal to 400 and length and width will be equal. So, this implies that the length is equal to 20, which is also equal to the width. But from here, we don't know the value of h. So we conclude that statement 2 is also not sufficient, and we move on to the last step, which is step 3, and analyze both the statements together. So from statement 1, we have that length is equal to the width of the block, and from statement 2, we have length is equal to the width, which is equal to 20. We also have from statement 1 that LH is equal to WH, which is equal to 200. Now, when we combine both the statements and use either of the equation, that is, we can use LH equals 200 or WH equals 200, since the value of L and W is both known to us. So H will be equal to 200 by 20, which is equal to 10. And using the other set of equation as well, we get H is equal to 200 by 20, which is equal to 10. So the volume will be length times width times height, which is equal to 20 times 20 times 10. Now, this gives us a result of 4000 square inches. So, after combining both the statements together, it is possible for us to find the volume of the concrete block. Hence, the correct answer is option C.